Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I've posted a video, but or been on here, and I have done stuff with the truck. Let's see here, I drove 350 miles to Houston and with a U-Haul trailer, and came back with the car on top of that trailer. Second time I've done that with the Ford Ranger, and this thing is always handled beautifully. I'll show you my weights. I was overweight by 50 pounds on the truck, and I was overweight by the rear axle by I think 200 pounds. It should have shifted some of that weight to the front, but it was okay. I'm not going to nitpick things. 50 pounds total for the truck and so on. 200 on the rear axle. If I do that all the time, okay. But anyway, yeah, you can all give me hell about it there in the comments below. But I got a nice new video here today. This truck, I use it for towing a lot, as you can see up here. So I have towed lots of things with it. Yes, I know it's not a full-size truck or anything, but this thing sure as hell does work like one. And it's really nice, this little 4-cylinder turbo. It's a great engine. I know it's 2024. I know Toyota just came out with some new stuff. Let's see here. Honda, I think, no, Honda's pretty much the same. Chevy came out with their 4-cylinders, and you know they got several different. I think they got 3 variants of their 4-cylinder engine. Their high output, some kind of working one, and then like a regular street one. But either way, the Ranger's the better of all the vehicles. I'm biased in that, okay? So I'm gonna let you know first offhand, I'm biased in that. No longer class leading and towing. Jeep took that away by 100 pounds. No, 200 pounds. They're 7,700. This is, so you know, it's a numbers game that the marker, you know, that the people play, you know. But hey, anyway, but I got a surprise for you today. One of the things this truck is missing, I can sure as heck check the oil there. Let's see here. There we go. Right there. I can check the oil with that little thing right there. Of course, it's an oil dipstick. And it's missing somewhere back over here a transmission dipstick. It has none. And for those of you that tow a lot with the Ranger, transmission temps and working your transmission is an important thing. All the full-size trucks have them. As I have another video where I used a Bluetooth dongle and a computer program to keep track of my transmission temperatures. So I am able to keep track of all that. So may or may not be important to you. I know it's very important to me, and to lots of others. I do like towing or off-roading with this vehicle to know what their, you know, temps are doing, rather than having just a dummy light. But because by the time the dummy light comes on, it's already too late. It doesn't give you that indication, hey, you're heating up, maybe, you know, slow it down, maybe, you know, back off a little, let it cool. No, it just goes from here to, hey, you're overheated already. So nobody likes that. I definitely don't like it. Same with the transmission. You can check it, but you got to crawl underneath, and you got to stick your hand in between the cat and the transmission little dipstick. It's a tiny little thing like this big. I'll show it to you once we take it out, because I'm going to install the dipstick, which is by Fitz Motors. It's passionate. Well, it's what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not passionately. It is affectionately called the Fitz stick, because the man who made it his name is Fitz. And on the Ranger forum, 5G forum, I'm going to put the link down below, so that if you're interested in one, you want to order one for your Ranger, we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to put that in the description down below, so you yourself can get a hold of him and get your own Fitz stick. And I tell you, just the link below is going to be for the 5G forum. You're going to know the process he used to make this transmission dipstick. Yeah, you can go out and buy other products, and they're probably just something that's thrown together. Hey, it fits, let's throw it together and put it on there. This guy made sure that that dipstick would read the same all the time, every time, even with the flexing through the tube. Even went as far as to check temperatures. How does it check when it's cold? How does it check when it's hot? He did, I mean, and his Same thing with the tube he puts the stick in. Everything he does, he tested it for cold temperatures, hot temperatures. How is it going to flex? How is it going to, you know, temperature changes causes things to do weird things. You know, it expands, contracts, expands, contracts as things heat up and cool down on these vehicles. And he accounted for all of that. Cold transmission, hot transmission. He accounted for all of that. This guy did his homework, and his process is bar none. I dare anybody to come up with something better and to just, you know, say another product out there is better. It's not. And for the price he's going to give it to you, the competition is not better. So it's a very good deal. We're going to install that right now. I'll show you how to take off that. It's really hard to take off the dipstick in the truck, but I'm going to show you the easy way to do it, at least the way that I do it. And it's lots of extensions, half-inch extensions, and a super long snap-on pry bar, I guess. It's a half-inch ratchet. It just looks like a really, really long 3-foot, 3.5-foot long pry bar. But man, that thing does miracles. No, I'm not promoting Snap-on, but what I am promoting is this. Just as the fit stick is the king of transmission dipsticks, especially for the Ford Ranger, well, no matter what you're driving, heavy duty, whatever, you got here the Gen-Y Rebel hitch. It's called something else now. This is something that first came out. Now it's the Gen-Y something hitch. But I tell you what, Gen-Y, best hitches out there in the market. Nothing better. That BS hitch that's out there, little flat piece of thing, well, it's just like the name implies, BS hitch. Seen way too many of them bend. But this right here, and you can get the torsion flex, you can get all kinds of fifth wheel attachments, goosenecks, but I bumper pull with lots of stuff. And I tell you what, best hitch out there in the market. Up to it, you can get the weight you need to carry whatever it is you're towing with, or whatever it is you're towing. So this is 7,000 pound one here for the Ford Ranger. I never go beyond that anyway. The heaviest I had was 7,000 pounds, which was a backhoe. Of course, I had the electronic brakes on it. But what do you call it? Best hitch out there in the market? No, Gen-Y is not supporting me in this, and neither is Fitz, the Fit Stick. But Gen-Y, I have no affiliation with them. Nobody's paying me, but just an FYI, there's somebody who does some towing and whatnot else. Gen-Y, best hitches out there in the market, just like the Fit Stick. Okay, I didn't do an unboxing video. I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is show you what comes with the Fit Stick. And, okay, all right. First of all, we have the Fit Stick thing itself here. I haven't read directions, by the way. We're not going to, like I said. We're just going to install it, and I'll show you how it's done. Comes in a tube, protect stuff up here, and little plastic point here to protect the end. Very thoughtful. And if you can see this, marked very clearly there, the levels. Now, what the directions do have is how to check the fluid in your Ranger, and of course it shows here how to take off the factory dipstick, and hopefully what size socket you need too, so I don't have to take a guess at it. Let's see here. You know, this is almost like an unboxing video. I just don't know I'm doing it. This, of course, is... Oh, wow. Okay, be careful with this. Use some wire cutters to do this. Be like me using a knife. Here we go. Even though I did cut it out, not in, this is the top. And, of course, he has his MBS trademark right here. Very good quality material. Plastic cover here to cover the end of this. Right there, that's going to go into the pickup truck. I'll tell you that much. So he takes care to make sure nothing goes in to this tube as well. So very thoughtful, very nice, good packaging. And of course we have the hardware. And we'll figure out where this hardware goes. It's to help hold the fit stick in place. And another device here that goes somewhere. It's got just a crusher washer. It looks to be a crusher washer. Yeah, I think this goes onto the transmission itself. And then this goes onto there. And then from there you have it. So let's see here. Doesn't matter either way. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out once we get to the vehicle. So that's everything that's provided. Oh, just took off the end. Oh, I got the cap on the other end too. Very nice. Oh yes, okay. This goes into the vehicle. Then this of course goes on. And there's two different sizes, so I'm assuming one side's into the transmission and the other side into the fit stick. Yep, as you can see right there, rounded in into the transmission. And this end onto our end right there. And am I wrong again? Yes, I am. Note that, you know, because I'm never wrong. There we go. And the washer side to the transmission. All right, now that we've had our fun with this, let's go install it. Don't want to break it before I do that, right? Get ahead of myself. Let's go install. Just a quick note, some of the tools that I used for the install. This is every tool I use. This is all the tools. And nothing more, nothing less. This is a 8 millimeter wrench, 1 1/16, 24 millimeter socket, 19 millimeter socket, a U-joint or swivel, whichever you may want to call it. Of course, big giant ratchet, some extensions, and those are all 1/2 inch, by the way, and these are 1/2 inch as well. And that's everything I used to install the fit stick. Very easy, and well, you're going to see in the video how we're going to get it all done. Okay, quick note here. I read the instructions. I went ahead and noted where everything was, and so everything in the instructions I'll relay to you. Of course, it's easy if you have it up on jack stands. I'm not going to use jack stands though, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I think it's the easier way. Just in preparing the vehicle, set your parking brake, make sure it's secure, make sure it's not going to move. I have NASCAR race going on in the background right now, but read the instructions for you. You don't have to do it. You can continue being man, telling people you didn't read the instructions. So I took that hit for you. I took one for the team. But let me show you where the factory dipstick is at. I'm doing my engine cold because I don't like working on hot engines. I just changed my stepdaughter's car, the engine oil, and of course I worked on a cold engine, not hot. So I don't like working on hot engines. It's just I'm getting too old for that stuff. You know, you younger guys have at it. My kind of rifle is 22, you know, long rifle. I used to enjoy the 50 cals, but I'll leave that to you young guys. So anyway, let's get to it. Let me show you where the transmission factory stick is and how I get to it. I think it's a very easy way. A few extensions, swivels, I'll show you here in just a bit. All right, hello. Just a few changes. I've already done the video, and you're going to see in the video how I do it. There's some changes in the video, though. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark the video, make some changes in there. And under the alignment tube, I mentioned that I have trouble getting that bolt on at the very top of where it's supposed to mount to, and how I have the wire loom that's in the way. That wire loom, all it takes is a simple little bend. And I'm not talking about bending it 90 degrees. It's just a bracket. You just bend that, 3-4 degrees. That's all you need. And do not tighten the housing down all the way. I tightened it up all the way, which is why I had trouble on top screwing it into that unused bracket. So leave it just a quarter of a turn loose. That way when you tighten the top of the bracket, that you're able to get that bolt in there. That's why I had trouble doing it. I was told by Mike of Mike's Build Shop, MBS, I was told that I did that process wrong. So it's on video now. Now you have something recorded where I actually messed up. Very rarely happens, ever, at all. Not my fault. Tucker did it. So that's one of the biggest fixes you're going to have to do. Look out for, like I said, I'll bookmark it in the video. And also that that washer on that plastic piece, it's an aluminum crush washer. So make sure that the where you contact it to is clean, everything's clean. Again, German specs, good and tight. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, the bracket bent down, and final installment as everything's tightened down. If that housing is touching that AC line up on top, you can move that AC bracket installed with your instructions. Mike's Build Shop, he notes in instructions how to move it. You need a 10mm bolt. There's a bracket down towards the bottom of that area of the engine. All you got to do is loosen it up, move the bracket a little bit, and tighten it back up, and it's moved out of the way. The reason you want to do this is because that line does not move with the engine. As you rev the engine, if you're rock crawling, towing, or just revving the engine so they can hear the new exhaust system that you've put on your truck, the engine moves. And as the engine moves, it moves, of course, with the transmission, which is connected to that housing. So it's going to move with the engine, which is why everything connected to the engine has a wire or something rubbery connected to it, so it has that flex. And it will hit that hose. There's a video on it as well somewhere. If I'm going to put a link to the video in the description below, so you can see how that engine moves. And pretty much that's video is pretty good. Just a few minor corrections there, and of course I'm going to bookmark them, highlight them there within the video. And well, thanks for watching the video. And I wish I was perfect. Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't have that 99.7% that I'm right all the time. So there is that. I'm working on it though. So corrections in the video, and do enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, this is the engine, and we are going to be installing it. Okay, right there where I have the light on. Oh, let me take it off. Okay, right there. You see that little wire loom and that sensor right there? You see an unused factory bracket. It's that black one. It's that black one right here that has the hole on it. Let me shine the light on it. Right there. It has a hole in it. We're going to put a supplied little alligator clip on there that'll allow us to put a nut in there. And then it's going to go in there. And we're going to go straight down. See if I can get the angles here with this camera. Okay, right there. You can kind of see it's going to go straight down the back through here. Alright, you can hardly see it. But let's see here. Right there in that little opening, and if you see that little black thing, let me see if I can shine light on it. All right, right there's a wire. Okay, you can kind of see the shadow of it. It's going to go behind that, and at the very bottom, okay. Hold on here. See if I can get the camera to focus. Okay, give me just a moment here. I'm trying. All right, right there. You can see the top of what looks like a small nut. Right there. Okay, I'm going to put an arrow to it in the video. But right there, you can see it. That's what we're going to take off. And we're going to take it off from up here. Actually, from this point of view right here. All right. Here, I'm looking for that. Okay, right there. There it is. We're actually going to get it from right here, from where you have that angle. we're going to use an extension, and we're going to reach for it right through there and get it. We're going to pull it off. I'll show you the other way that some people do it, and you may want to, but I'm not going to. I think this is the easier way, and well, let's get to it. Okay, some people like coming down here to side the vehicle. Okay, you can see the front tire here, of course, and side steps get in the way. If you can get away with not having side steps on, yeah, don't put side steps on. All right, that's a transmission pan. That's a catalytic converter, and right up here. Oh. All right, there it is. All right, let me get myself orientated here. Right there, that's where it's at. Okay, you see that? And we're way down here, and it's a very complicated process down here. You can see lots of engine stuff. There's the oil pan, transmission pan, and there's the heat shield, the catalytic converters right here, and let's see here. All right, there it is right there. All right, you can kind of see it. There we go. Oh, right there. You can see it right there, and to get your hand up in there, well, I used to loosen it up and then stick my hand in between here, and that was pretty hot, so I used a big giant cancer glove. Now I don't have a cancer glove on me. Those are gloves we used to change barrels on M60s. They were made out of asbestos, but I don't have one, so I'd put on a long sleeve shirt with a glove, and I would check it. And of course, this thing right there, that gets pretty hot. That's catalytic converter, and yeah, it gets hot. But yeah, that's why we're gonna do all of our work from above. But I will come down here to place that plastic part on here. I'm going to do it by hand, and we're going to tighten it from up on top. And I'll show you how we're going to do that without spilling anything into the pan. Okay, I read the instructions. This instruction said that we needed a 19mm socket to take that off. So we're going to go ahead and use a 19mm socket. I have a deep one. Now, you know what? I'm going to use a shallow with a swivel and some really long extensions and a huge, giant ratchet. Let's get to it. Okay, so there we have it. 19mm socket, swivel, extension, another extension, and a really long ratchet. I've used that ratchet on all kinds of suspension components, and it hasn't broken yet. So that's what we're going to use to take that off with. Okay, so there it is. And don't worry, that was just a metal extension hitting an aluminum hood. No biggie. All right, we're locked on. And, all right, let's give this thing, let's break it open. Okay, we don't want to break it open. We're just gonna break it loose. Go ahead. Get this on there, off. Go ahead and angle it up. And that was it. I believe we got it. Alright, the instructions say that we can do this hot or cold. And what I recommend doing is don't do what I just did. I didn't wipe it off before I took it off. It's fairly clean, but if you do a lot of mudding or anything like that, I know I'm in fields a lot and it's muddy, just dusty and dirty, go ahead and wipe it down. Alright, I'm going to put it back in there. That way I can get a rag and wipe it down, and actually that's not, yep, it did work. Take that off, make it shorter. Alright, it's coming up. Here we go. Awesome, perfect. That's all it took. That's how easy it is. Now I'm just going to go down there and grab it through that little section I told you about. And well, before I do that, we're going to wipe it down. Okay, I don't know what the camera is picking up. I hope it's picking me up under this truck. And all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw it back in by hand. Okay, I don't have much mud or anything around there. That's good. But whatever dirt, whatever's around it, just take it off. Alright, I'm undoing it. There it is. And here's the dipstick. Small little plastic dipstick. I'm going to put it back in and see what number it's on. Take it back out, and it says it is on 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna go. I can't see the number now because I'm old and I need glasses, but I think it's on number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 4.5. It starts at top at number 1, and then as you go down, it gives you numbers. The instructions say to clean up the transmission, the little ring around there, and it has to be clean. Alright. Now I went ahead and cleaned that up. And let's go put a cap on the top, that way we don't knock any dirt into that cap thing as we do it. There it is. And I don't know if you can see the numbers on there. Okay, it's got numbers. It's got a little circle and then a diamond. That circle says 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course the diamonds are just in the halfway mark. So I'm just double checking the numbers to make sure I'm not lying. And it's exactly what they have on there. Okay. Alright, well, I have that. The fit stick, I have it put over here real quickly. It has the same numbers. I think you can see them right there. They might be backwards, but they're right there. And of course he has on here instructions as to where it should be, and it says here, maintain fluid level between 4 to 5. Check hot idling in park. So that's pretty good. And he has up here on top Mike's Build Shop right there, and I believe he has the type of fluid. Yep, trans fluid. Use Mercon ULV right there on top. So that's pretty good. This guy fits. Like I said, he's thought of everything for this vehicle. And let me show you what it is we're going to put on the vehicle. And what size nut, 19 millimeter to take off the factory one. And a 1 and something, I'll tell you what it is here just very shortly. Okay, so I have everything here. And what we're going to need to put this on, the round side goes up. He supplies you a washer. It's not a crush washer, but you have to put it on to German specs, which is good and tight, to make sure that it has a proper seal and does not leak on you, which is why the casing where this goes has to be clean. These type of washers will not work if it is not clean, because it is not a crush washer. And this is plastic, but this is good enough to give you a seal so that it does not leak. And what goes here on top of it is a 24 millimeter socket. Now I got a deep socket here, which I'm going to use to put that on. And I'm going to cover that up in, hopefully with one of his plastic deals here. That way when this goes over it, it does not have dirt go inside. The original one had a green rubber washer on it. Looks like it was a one-time use. It looked pretty crushed. Not reusable. If you take it off of that factory dipstick, it's just going to fall apart. Alright. Just cleaning the lip one more time here. Yes, I know, whatever dirt's falling into the transmission. That's why we have filters. Yes, I know, it's 10 speed and dirt and all that other good stuff. Just do your best. Luckily, I don't have very much mud on here. Alright, make sure that washer's in place. I'm going to hand tighten it all the way down. And I could not put the rubber cap on to make it tight. Alright, it is on. Let's go tighten it. Alright, I'm not going to show you how I snake it down there, but I need a small step stool. Alright, there it is. It's in place. Make sure you clean that socket before you put it on there, because if you have dirt in your socket, it will get in there. Yes, you can get extreme torque with something like this, but German specs, good and tight. Okay, if I break this or do something wrong, it's not Fitz's fault. It's my fault. Problem with all these extensions, it's hard to judge torque and how much you're actually applying when you have something with a swivel And then, oh, and the rest of it stayed down there. And of course, the socket and everything else stayed down there as well. I'm gonna go get it, and I'll show you how to align the body for the actual dipstick. It is down there. It is in place. You can see that black object right there amongst all the dirty aluminum color. Nice shiny little black object. Let's see here. Well, it's down there. Now, this is how we're going to route it. You see that wire for the O2 sensor? That's the O2 sensor right there, and there's a wire. The fit stick is going to go behind that wire, and there's some transmission wires up to the housing, so it's going to go in between there, kind of make a Y. You're going to stick it down through here. There's that sensor. Push that wire down. At least that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push that wire down below, right there, below that black thing right there, and we're going to snake it down. You're going to run it alongside the body of the transmission. And as you do that, it's going to slide right on top of that fitting that's down there, and it's going to fit perfect. If it doesn't, you've done something kind of wrong. The instructions do show you pictures on the part of the engine block where it does go. So, well, let me go ahead and show that to you, and we'll get it in place here real quick. Okay, now I don't have any light. Like I said before, I did this beforehand. Again, with dirt, just do your best. But you're going to push it up almost against the firewall. And it's going to fit right there on top. There's some wires there. I wish I could show them to you. I'm trying to get that same angle that I saw in person here. Okay. Oh man. All right. I am trying to figure out what it is I'm looking at here. Okay. All right, you can kind of see the fit stick there in the back. You can see the O2 wire, and you can see the transmission wires, the little loom. I'm going to put an arrow on it in the video. And the loom for the transmission hasn't moved at all. That's right there. Nothing's rubbing against it. It's good. And of course, you want it to be right there where it's right behind that O2 sensor. In front of the loom, behind the O2 sensor. I guarantee you, I can tell you right now, it doesn't touch anything. If you slide that in there just perfectly, it doesn't touch anything on its way down. It just sits right in. That is what you call quality control. That is something that is money well worth spent. We're going to fix this here in just a little bit. And right now what I'm going to do is try to get a 1 1/16 wrench. I'm going to have to get this big wrench right there. Somehow fit it in. What lots of people do is you might want to raise the vehicle, take off the tire. Or if you can get away with it, not taking the tire off. Because what we're going to do is we have to get in there. That'll be the easiest way to do it, and well, let's figure it out what we're gonna do right now. All right, that's the output shaft. See your joint. It's wire loom. Okay, right here on the very edge of your screen is the stick. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes since I did the cut in the screen, and the problem I was having is I couldn't get it onto down here. Now, what I had to do is my head is over here by the drive shaft. My feet are hitting the other tire. So I'm across the bottom, and I had to reach my hand in through here to get it to sit properly so I could tighten it up. And there it is. It's all the way hand tight by hand. Now and I'll show you here in just a bit. I should have showed you before I put it on, but it's too late, so I'll mansplain it to you. And there's no, it's like a brake line. One end is round, and this end's like a cup, so of course when you put that in there, it seals itself. There we go. So now it's all the way hand tight, as tight as I can get it. And what I'm going to do is take my wrench, which is over here by, all right. Now, you don't have to take tire off, thank goodness. All you got to do is turn the wheel, turn it all the way driver, and you should be able to get access to put this on here. And tighten it up, or just do what I'm doing right here. Right here above. Okay, I hit the wrong button there. I'm back though. There we go. Get a hold of it, tighten it up. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this, but for now, I'm doing it one-handed. But what I'm going to do is, now you kind of have an idea. You can do it here on top of the catalytic converter. There's that little space right here. And it is big enough. You don't have to crazy torque it down. I do have to make it good and tight, so what I'm going to do is I'll make it good and tight. And I am going to turn the camera off so I can do this two-handed. Okay, I did it two-handed. Once I was able to use two hands, all I did is bend this section of heat shield all the way, put it on here, and I was able to turn it here on top. There's enough room right there. Maybe you got a stubby 1 1/16 wrench, but enough room right here where you can do that. And again, just get it good and tight, German specs. Not too tight, not as tight as I did with the washer, and but good and tight. The good thing is fluid doesn't go all the way up here. It basically hangs down there at the bottom, and that's the important part. And with the brake type fitting here on the upper end, it's not going to leak on you. And that's it. So let's get to the top and install the rest. Awesome, there it is right there. What we're going to do, which I didn't do, and the instructions said to do first, is we're going to put in the hardware. That way we can mount it in place. All right, I'm going to have to go back and edit this video, but be sure that you put this on first, and you are not like me putting it on last, because, well, everything here is in the way. And you're not supposed to bend this fit stick too much, because he already has it pre-bent for you, which is a really good thing. You're going to have to gently bend it back in place over here, though, so that you can place this on top. And as you can see, that's the little section I need right there. Well, you can't see. I was filming the wrong thing the whole time. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm having trouble moving it. Just a small little. You know, I'm not going to use my nail. This steel, no matter how cheap or how good, is stronger than my nail. All right, I'm going to get tools to do this. We are back, and what I grabbed was a small little stubby screwdriver. Okay, I'm going to make sure that's in place. And I'm going to make sure my butterfingers don't drop this. Okay, we're good. Well, let's move this over here like this. And again, I am going to stop and use two hands to get this part done. You have to gently move this over into place so that it lines up, and of course, bolt it down in place. And I need two hands to do that, so that's what I'm going to do. Use two hands to gently move this. Okay, my phone is getting hot. I hope it lasts here for a while. But what I had to do is I took this wiring harness right here. I had to undo it. And I had to undo a wiring harness here in the back. It broke on me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie it down here at the bottom, because it was interfering right here with where my thumb is. My thumb right here was interfering. It was hitting that. So all I did, I'm just going to move it, and now I can take my 6mm and tighten this up. I did line it through, and well, we're almost done. Okay, I lied. It's not a 6. It's an 8mm. So, there it is. Okay, if my camera work isn't up to par, that's because I'm trying to do everything one-handed. There we go. Am I hitting it correctly? Ah, no, I wasn't. All right, here we go. Gonna put the phone down again, use two hands. Okay, there it is installed. I'm glad you all missed the last 15 minutes. I see some scratches over there to the right. MBS on top, and go over to the right. Now, this is why there's scratches there. I couldn't get that screw to sit in properly. It was just off those 2 degrees that you need it to be flat for that bolt to go in. So what I did is I took my wrench here, put it here,
and I moved it down, and believe me, that's all you needed, and it made it flat, and it allowed this to go into the bottom, and I was able to screw it in. So basically that's what I did. I took this, leveraged it up and down wherever you need to do, and you were able to move this into the hole lined up the way you needed it. So that's why those little scratches are there. And again, German specs. This part's made in America, but German specs just make it good and tight. So that's it. It's installed. Everything on the bottom is good and tight. Everything here on top is good and tight. Now let's go ahead and put in the fit stick and see what number it's on. It was 4.5 on the cold engine with the way it was. Remember, it was a cold engine. I only turned it on today to move it into the driveway or into my garage. And from there I did an oil change, and now I did this, so engine's cold. Okay. Cap is off. Let's get our fit stick. One-handed. Remember, the stick is supposed to be straight. Goes in no problem. Ah, right there, it is in place. Look at that. A thing of beauty. The fit stick. All right, let's take it back out. Yeah, I know. Rag, all that good stuff. There it is, 4.5. You can barely see it. I'm trying to turn it so the camera can see it. And you can see it just a little bit below the 4. There's the number 4. Turn it sideways, you can just barely see it. 4.5. I mean, I can see it clearly here in my time. But my Samsung Galaxy S9, let's see if you can see it compared to the numbers on top. So now I can check the transmission level when I tow as I do regular maintenance. By the way, how did that color look to you? Let's see here. Oh. See, did I take it off already? Ah, there we go. How's that look? I look black, red. I don't see glitter. I don't know, it looks good to me. It looks red. Well, so I don't know. It's good for me. I'll change it here probably at about 50,000 miles. I got 32 right now. There it is. There we go. We have it installed. We have a proper transmission dipstick, best on the market out there, installed on the Ford Ranger. Only the best will do. GEN-Y hitch for towing, and fit stick for checking your transmission as you tow, before, after you tow, whichever you want to call it. And an easy spot to fill your transmission as well. It can fill from there also. And maybe get one of those deep pan transmissions there. So real nice, easy install. Just took me a while because I was farting around with the bottom portion, and I was farting around with the top part there that you saw me do. But I took the wrench, I was able to move it into place, and then move the nut by hand, and then just put it in there tight. So there you have it, fit stick installed. I read the directions for you, and the only thing out of sequence that I would do first, and I'm going to go ahead and put this at the very beginning, is put that put this on first. I will go back and kind of edit, see if I can find that picture. of it not on there. But put this on first is the only thing I can tell you to do before you put that on. It'll make life easier, and it took me an extra 2 minutes to do that, but there you have it. Fitstick installed. And until the next Ranger video comes out, as always, GEN-Y HITCH and Fitstick.